Hey kid, do I have your attention? I know the way you've been living.
Guys, at number 5 it is M Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold. It's another new metal band, which is a very popular new metal band. They're flying up now in ratings. They're probably going to be pretty big soon, even bigger than Slipknot soon, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, his actual name is Matthew, but he changed his name. He thought Shadows at the end would make him sound a bit like a darker character in the group, and he replaced his name with M to make it sound more cooler. But I kind of like it. You know, it's something different about his name. You know, he's not just, they're all like got really wacky names, and it's like really interesting. And it's more interesting like having just normal names. Shadows, he's also very good lyric. He's very good at lyrics. He started off doing quite screamer, but then like he became more melodic as the albums went on. And like Nightmare is like a very good mixture between the both. You know, it's very balanced out. They have a lot of meaning as well. I love to listen to the lyrics sometimes, and you know when I, like I said with Slipknot, when I feel quite down, I'll listen to Avenged Sevenfold because it makes me feel better. If I'm feeling angry, then I'll listen to something like God Hates Us. But if I'm listening, like, you know, I'm quite calmed out, I'll listen to like Buried Alive. I know they're both Nightmare songs, but I do actually like a lot of Avenged Sevenfold. And Hem Shadows himself is quite a cool guy. He was even included in some of the Call of Duty cutscenes at the end. So I got to admire Hem Shadows. He is a pretty cool guy, as I've said about all of them so far. So yeah, number 5, M Shadows. At number 4 it is David Draiman from Disturbed and his new project, which is Device. Of course I actually prefer Disturbed than Device because it's more of a rougher kind of thing, but he was ranked 42 on the best metal vocalists of all time, and to be honest, I have to really include David Draiman because he was one of the first iconic metal members that I actually got into, because I used to listen to Disturbed a lot when I was younger and I wasn't really into metal back then, so you know, I find him a really cool guy. And if I'm talking lyrics, like I've talked about Corey Taylor and M Shadows, he's actually my favourite out of the three for lyrics, because a lot of his songs are about like really important stuff, like stuff that's happened through his life that have, you know, upset him or made him angry, and they're all included in his songs. And when I actually know what the song's about, because sometimes I listen to a lot of songs and I don't know what they're about, but I'll just headbang to it and not really understand. But I understand a lot of Disturbed's lyrics. I know some of his choruses are a bit easy, and I've had friends that have pointed out, because a lot of people that my friends do not like Disturbed, but he does have a very good voice, and he is a very good vocalist compared to like a lot of other new metal vocalists. He's probably one of the best. Him, M Shadows, and Corey Taylor are probably the best metal vocalists, but David Draiman is a very inspirational person for me, and especially with lyrics. If I was ever going to be a singer, I'd probably look up to him to be a singer too. That's number 5. No, number 4. Guys, you guys trying to complicate me now. I don't like you anymore. Number 3, guys, is Dimebag Darrell, who, no way of a doubt, is the best metal guitarist of all time. He was voted number 1 in the Metal Hammer magazine in the UK. The reason why is because his guitar riffs are the most grooviest, most coolest riffs ever created. Before I heard Pantera, I listened to Cowboys from Hell like at home. And like, you know, I was listening to Pantera songs, and actually I was an immediate fan as soon as I listened to it, just because of his riffs. I mean, I never had a band before which I just get into straight away. I'd only have to listen to them a few times, but I was into Pantera straight away, and it's because of Dimebag Darrell. He was killed in 2004 while playing with Damageplan, I think, was it? Yeah. I know some fucker took away our Dimebag Darrell, but no, he is a really cool guy. I mean, he used to drink loads too. He'd just down loads of drink. He was like the king of the drink. I'm not even joking. But yeah, his actual name was Darrell Lance Abbott. But he was later called Dimebag Darrell. But unfortunately, Pantera could not. Some people say Pantera should have continued, but no, they shouldn't have continued. Without Dimebag Darrell, there is no Pantera. There's no two ways about that. And that is Dimebag Darrell, which is number 3. At number 2, another Pantera person, which is Phil Anselmo. Now, there's no doubt about it. Phil is a beast of metal. You just don't mess with Phil. He's the strongest guy of any kind of music. Everyone says, "Oh yeah, 50 Cent, Kush, yeah, he's gonna beat up everyone." But no, Phil would fuck him up in one punch. He is the toughest guy. Honestly, he beat up like 10 people in one go. He was a very good singer, and he's probably my favourite screamo person because I can actually understand everything that he says. And there's a lot of times when I'm listening to, like, say, Slipknot or something, Corey is a really good screamer, but sometimes I just can't understand the guy, I'm sorry, but sometimes I really can't. But Phil, I can understand everything he says. And, you know, his voice is really powerful, and Pantera was one of the most powerful bands in the 90s, if not the powerfulest, and it's because of Phil, basically. He is just an amazing vocalist. I mean, his voice isn't as good anymore, but when he at his peak, he was actually really good, and he actually had a really good voice when he wasn't screaming as well. And he also is the main singer of Down, which I'll be seeing this year at Download. But yeah, Down not as good, but you know his voice is still kind of good in a way. But yeah, Phil Anselmo, amazing. He's really influential as well to me. I mean, I just saw like a speech by him on YouTube. And you know his words, it makes you want to pick up my guitar and just start playing. Even if I'm not a, like, vocalist, it's still inspirational.
The Rawheads will all rest in peace. Hype is the Holocaust fire.
And number one is of course Dave Mustaine. Now Dave Mustaine is my most inspirational and my most favourite ever person that exists. I mean, besides my friends and my family, if I'm talking like other people in the world, Dave Mustaine, he is so amazing, and he's not the best metal guitarist in the world, but he's one of the best. He's no doubt he would be in the top 10. And everyone says, "Oh, okay, Kirk Hammett is the best," but if you actually understand music, then you'll understand that Dave is a better guitarist than Kirk. They've even shown videos of him playing Seek or Destroy faster than Kirk. But we're not here to talk about Kirk, we're here to talk about Dave. He's the lead guitarist, rhythm guitarist, and vocalist of the band Megadeth. He used to be in Metallica as well. But you know, he's got loads of sides to him, and he used to be a pretty big druggie, and he's been through quite a lot. Actually, he died once. He's been to rehab over 16 times, and that is quite a lot. I've actually got the Megadeth documentary, and I'll watch it over and over again. I love how angry his lyrics are. He's an amazing lyrics. They have such angry, and his band Megadeth were just based on getting revenge on Metallica for kicking him out of the band. And he's actually quite a funny person as well. I mean, you know, I'll have a laugh when I listen to Sweating Bullets. And, you know, he's actually very good at writing quite slow stuff. Like In My Darkest Hour, written about Cliff Burton. That is an amazing song as well. So it shows that his solos, my days, they're so fast. And the way he can sing and do that at the same time is amazing. I know there's lots of other bands that can do that, but it's just the fact that Dave is just awesome. It just is. And he's from my second favourite band, Megadeth. And you know, his story is probably my favourite out of any story from any metal person, because you know it's got so much meaning to it. And that is Dave Mustaine. Keep rocking, dudes, and I'll catch you in my next video. So just stay tuned. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading a video next. You know, I've got exams coming up. I've got to go to Download. I'm seeing Megadeth next week. I'm getting a signed autograph, hopefully, from Dave, myself. But yeah, just stay tuned. I've got 3 more videos up there. I've got my Metallica review and my top 20 music things, which isn't actually commentary, but it's more just showing the music off. But yeah, like and comment and tell me what your favourite metal people are.